Hi, and welcome back to CutTheKragle. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Lego Batman movie, Mr. Freeze Ice Attack. This is one of the smaller sets in the series, and one of the few that doesn't center around a vehicle. What made me want to pick up this set was the Mr. Freeze figure and the mech suit. Okay, let's take a look inside. First up, this set comes with 3 minifigures. Batman, Mr. Freeze, and this Gotham Energy security guard. Now, I know I've said this a few times about these sets, but I really think Mr. Freeze's design from Batman the Animated Series was a big influence on his look here. As a massive fan of that show, it's really nice to see it being referenced in the redesigns of these characters. Something I just noticed is that the top armor piece and dome on Mr. Freeze are actually the exact same pieces used on the Red Hood minifigure from the Blind Pack series, obviously in a different colour. All of these figures have some sort of mask or helmet. Let me just take these off so you can get a better look at their face printing. The printing on Mr. Freeze's torso is so detailed, it's incredible. Not much to say about the Batman minifigure, just again the same standard Batman that comes with virtually all of these sets, but he does come with this cool flamethrower heat gun accessory. The security guard is nice, if a little generic, but he does also come with some nice accessories. If I flip the figures round so you can see them from behind, you can see the security guard has both back printing and dual expressions, in case you want him looking a little less hysterical. If I flip Batman's cape up quickly, you can notice he also has some back printing as well, which often goes unnoticed because of the cape. And of course, he also comes with a second expression. Mr. Freeze, unlike the others, doesn't have a second expression because obviously it would be visible under the dome. To be honest, Mr. Freeze doesn't really need a second expression anyway, as he's not one for showing his emotions really. This is the scene build that comes with the set. It's a part of the Gotham Energy plant, a location from the movie. Whilst only a small build, it has a fair amount of functionality. This pressure wheel turns round, and this lever here with the red and green studs can be moved up and down as well. The computer monitor and valve clock face are both stickers. The tile on the top left is the old tape deck printed tile. Now this area up here is only 1 stud in width, but the purpose of this yellow piece here is to give the impression of a second floor or walkway up here. So in terms of play or display, it's reasonable to have a figure up here, either attacking from here or just generally keeping a lookout. Another feature of this build is that there is a hinge piece, so you can move this part just to help create another look for the scene. The set also comes with this ice block here that you can open up and pop a minifigure in, so they look like they've been frozen by Mr. Freeze. It's a snug fit, and that's how the minifigure is supposed to sit in there, which is alright, but looks a bit boring to me. If I take him back out, put his feet on the back instead of the front part, it gives you just enough room to pose him a little more dramatically with his arms up in front of him. The only drawback to this is if I turn him to the side, you can see in this pose it won't quite shut tight. And here's the main attraction, Mr. Freeze's mech suit. What surprised me was how simple a build this was. There's not a lot to it at all, but it looks great. It has a lot of articulation, helped by these ball joints, and has these new handpieces I've not seen before. If I spin it round to show the back, I love these clear ribbed piping pieces here with the blue inside them. They really help sell the free suit aspect of the design. The back of the mech opens up like this, so you have easier access then. Whoa. So Mr. Freeze stands at the controls, and whilst you just saw the mech's legs move underneath it when I put too much weight on there, it is actually very stable. You can manipulate it into all kinds of different poses, and it usually stands by itself with great ease. Now, Mr. Freeze wouldn't be anything without his freeze ray or ice gun, and here it is, being held by one of the mech's new handpieces. And of course, the gun also has a single stud shooter on top. Overall, I think this is a great little set, well worth the money. You get a fair bit for your cash, and whilst the main draw is always going to be Mr. Freeze in his mech suit, the little scene build and the security guard are nice additions. And again, whilst it's the same old Batman minifigure that I have like 100 of now, I appreciate the effort of giving him a different gadget at least. That's all for now, ladies and gents. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Laters.